everyone. My name is Courtney. Thank you for joining me today on your mat for a 60-minute Vinyasa class. I hope you enjoy. We'll begin today in child's pose. So go ahead and bring your big toes to touch. Your knees can come wide. Just melt your chest down to the earth. Arms extend out in front of you. And just begin to settle into your space here. Release your mind of any clutter or any to-do list that you may have. Just begin to bring your awareness to your space here on your mat. Tapping into your body, into your breath. And just notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. How your chest rises on each inhale and falls on each exhale. And then see if you can deepen your breath. Creating length within each inhale. And then matching that with your exhale. Moving towards what we call in yoga our yogic breath or ujjayi breathing, where you continue to breathe in and out through your nose as you slightly constrict the back of your throat. This breath is oftentimes equated to the sound of the ocean, of waves crashing against the shore. But allow this breath to guide you throughout your practice. So always returning to it. And always remembering to breathe, even in the hard and challenging moments. Your breath is what will get you through. Let's take a couple more cycles here. Now on your next exhale, begin to walk your hands over to the right edge of your mat. Should find a nice lateral stretch here through your left side body. Send your breath to that space. As you inhale, walk your hands back through center and switch sides. So walk your hands over to the left edge of your mat. Feel length within your right side body, your right side ribs. Your next inhale brings you back through center. And begin to walk your hands back to your knees as you bring your knees into touch. So sitting back on your heels in thunderbolt pose. And as you inhale, arms sweep up overhead. And exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Pull your chest through to the ceiling. Shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, re-extend your arms high. And as you exhale, walk your hands out in front of you, rise up onto all fours in a tabletop pose. So here your shoulders stacked directly above your wrist, hips directly above your knees. And we'll move through a couple of cat and cow. So as you inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. And exhale, round your back, push the mat away, pull your navel to your spine. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, push the mat away and round. Just flow through a couple more cycles of cat and cow on your own. Move with your own breath and at your own pace. You can add any other movements here that may feel good to you and your body. I like to do this circular motion where I puff my ribs out to one side. Just make it your own and begin to use this time to link your breath with your movement. Couple more cycles. Then we'll meet in a flat back neutral spine. As you inhale, extend your right leg back behind you and keep your foot flexed like you're stepping on the wall behind you. Then from here, bend your right knee. As you exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend, keep your right leg bent. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. See if you can lift your foot a little bit higher. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Then see if you can transfer your weight into your right hand to lift your left arm up and reach around. See if you can grab your foot or your ankle. You can stay here, or maybe you use your next inhale to kick your foot into your hand for a gentle back bend, as well as opening up the left shoulder. Let's take 2 more breaths. Last one. Very nice. And as you exhale, bring everything down. You can move through another cycle of cat and cow. Just releasing that. And then we'll switch sides. So as you inhale, left leg extends. Then go ahead and bend your left leg. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend and hold here. Then transfer your weight into your left hand. Reach around with your right arm. Find your foot or your ankle. Maybe as you inhale, you kick your foot more into your hand. 2 more breaths. Last one. And exhale, release everything down. You can sink back to a child's pose. Release your hands. On your next inhale, rise back up. Then keeping your hips stacked directly above your knees, begin to walk your hands out in front of you as you melt your chest down into your mat for puppy dog pose. You should feel a broadening through your upper back, through your shoulder blades. Two more breaths here. As As you inhale, begin to push up onto your forearms as you slide your belly forward, coming all the way down. And then pull your hands back beside your rib cage. As you inhale, chest lifts. Use your back body to lift your chest up. And exhale, release it down. Pop up onto your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, release. Last one, inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Then shifting back onto your knees, tuck your toes under, make your way to downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. And you can find some movement here. You can begin to pedal out your feet, bend one knee and then the other. First down dog of our practice. It always feels so nice. Then find some stillness in your down dog for 3 more breaths. Continue to push your hands down and forward as you continue to lift your hips up and back. Head falls beneath and between your triceps. On your next inhale, look to your hands, rise high into the balls of your feet. As you exhale, begin to tiptoe your way up for forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep bend in your knees and ragdoll. You can grab opposite elbows here or interlace your hands behind your back. Just allow gravity to do the work by pulling you down. So sweet release through your low back, through your spine. Then your fingertips will find your mat. As you inhale, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, begin to roll up to stand. Head should be the last thing to stack. When you arrive here, lift your shoulders up, roll them back and down. Palms face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. And then just take a moment here. Maybe you set an intention for your practice. It can be a I am phrase, or it can be a single word or mantra. Something that just speaks to you that you could use in your everyday life and cultivate here on your mat. One more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, begin to flutter your eyes open as you re-extend your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms as you shift your hips forward for a gentle back bend. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, forward fold. Fold down and in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way back up. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, bend and cactus. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, a little different here. As you exhale, step back to your high plank pose. Shoulders stacked directly above your wrist. There's a slight puff through your upper back. Tailbone pulls down to your heels. Send your gaze forward to the top of your mat. Deep breath in here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way down onto your belly. When you arrive, untuck your toes, extend your arms back behind you. Palms come face down onto your mat. As you inhale, lift your arms and chest. Exhale, release. One more, inhale. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale. Arms and chest lift. Maybe this time you lift your legs. Locust pose. Exhale, release it down. Bring your arms beside your ribs as you inhale. Shift your hips back. Make your way to downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. On your next inhale, look to your hands. As you exhale, slowly step up to meet them, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Deep breath here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way down. Untuck your toes when you arrive. Arms reach back behind you. Inhale, locust pose. Legs and arms lift. Exhale, release. One more, inhale. And exhale, release it down. Palms come face down onto your mat, either side of your ribs as you inhale. Make your way back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Last one. As you inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step up to meet them. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. As you exhale, bring your big toes to touch, leave space in between your heels. As you sink your hips down to chair pose, Utkatasana. So you can go as low, as deep as you'd like, but try and draw your pubic bone towards your navel so you're pulling in through your low belly. Arms reach up overhead. 2 more breaths. Last one. As you inhale, rise to stand, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, all the way down onto your belly. Arms reach back behind you. Untuck your toes. As you inhale, locust pose. Exhale, release. Palms come to either side of your rib cage. Inhale, push up through tabletop. Make your way to downward facing dog. As you inhale, right leg lifts up and back, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in. Plant your foot in between your hands and the ball of your back foot. So you can use this time here to widen your stance for a little bit more stability. We're heading into crescent lunge, so when you're ready, arms reach up overhead for crescent lunge. Take 2 full breaths here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms, pull your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, re-extend your arms high. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, Plank pose. You can move through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant your foot in between your hands. You can widen your stance if you need to here. On your next inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms, gentle back bend. Inhale, re-extend your arms high. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, plank pose. We'll meet in downward facing dog. 3 full breaths in down dog when you arrive. So you should begin to feel some heat within your body. We moved through a couple of sun salutation A's and we're working through sun salutation B. These are all meant to help create heat within the body as we link our breath with our movement. On your next inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, step up to meet them, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sink your hips down and back. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way down. Arms reach back behind you, feet, tops of your feet down to your mat. Inhale, locust pose. Arms, chest, and legs lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, push up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant your foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, plant your hands down. Move through your flow or go straight to down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant your foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, plank pose. Move through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog or child's pose. And wherever you are, let's take a couple of deep cleansing breaths together. So on your next exhale, empty out all of your stale air. As you inhale, take a deep breath in, fill it up. Exhale, open your mouth, sigh it out. One more just like that, inhale. And exhale, open mouth, release. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step up to meet them, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way down. This time from your belly, extend your left arm out in front of you as you bend your right leg. Then reach around with your right hand, find your right foot or your ankle. Bring your forehead down to your mat. As you inhale, kick your right foot into your right hand to lift your leg up off of the mat. At the same time, extend your left arm forward. Take 2 full breaths here. See if you can kick a little bit deeper into your right hand. And exhale, release it down. Bring both hands to either side of your rib cage as you inhale, push up to tabletop, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. As you exhale, rebend your front leg as you bend your elbows, cactus your arms. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. 1 more full breath here. As you inhale, re-extend your arms high, front knee is still bent. As you exhale, hover your torso over your right thigh for airplane, or arrow lunge. Arms reach out in front of you. Try and pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Take 1 more breath. Then look out a couple of inches in front of your right foot. On your next inhale, push up, send your weight into your right foot as you come into warrior 3. Hands can come to heart center. One more breath here. Put a gentle bend into your front leg. As you exhale, send your right toes to the back of the mat. Straighten your front leg for 5 pointed start. All 10 toes turn to face the left side of the room. And bring your hands down onto your hips. Turn your toes and heels out. As you inhale, lift up through your chest. And exhale with a flat back. Begin to fold down and in for wide leg forward fold. Then you can bring your hands down onto your mat. Just take a couple of breaths here. One more. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders as you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen out. As you exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat. Then step your right foot back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower all the way down. This time, right arm extends out in front of you as you bend your left knee. Then reach around with your left hand, find your left foot or ankle. As you inhale, kick your left foot into your left hand. As you find this gentle back bend here, right arm extends out in front of you. Let's take 2 more breaths. Maybe you kick a little bit more into your back hands. And exhale, release everything down. Palms come to either side of your rib cage as you inhale, push up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot in between your hands as you rise up, crescent lunge. Settle in. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. As you exhale, rebend your front leg as you bend and cactus your arms. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, bend and cactus. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bend and cactus and hold. 1 more breath. Keeping your front leg bent as you inhale, re-extend your arms up overhead. And exhale, arrow lunge. Torso hovers above your left thigh, arms reach out in front of you. And think about pulling your left hip back, right hip pulls forward. Take 2 more breaths. Send your gaze out a couple of inches in front of your left foot. As you inhale, transfer your weight into your left foot as you find your warrior 3. 2 more breaths. Last one. Put a slight bend in your front leg, right toes find the back of your mat, 5-pointed star. Arms reach up overhead, all 10 toes turn to face the right side of the room. Then bring your hands down onto your hips, toes turn in, heels turn out. Inhale, chest lifts. And exhale, forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here. I'm going to change my direction so that I'm facing the camera. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. On your next inhale, lift up to lengthen. And walk your hands to the top of your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, slow, lower all the way down. And reach both arms back behind you as you inhale, locust pose. Legs, arms, and chest lifts. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to either side of your rib cage as you inhale. Push up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, place your foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten your front leg, fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, bend and cactus and hold. Keeping your front leg bent as you inhale, re-extend your arms up overhead. Coming back into your warrior 3 on your right side. As you inhale, transfer your weight into your front foot. And from here, bend your left knee. Keep your foot flexed. See if you can reach around with your left hand and find your foot or your ankle. You can stay here with your heel hugged in, or maybe you begin to kick into your left hand. Take 1 more breath wherever you are. Very nice. If you have your foot, slowly release it as you open up, 5-pointed star. Then interlace your hands behind your low back. Turn your toes and heels out. As you inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, send your fists down your back. And as you exhale, fold down and in. Wide leg forward fold with a shoulder opener, chest expansion. Take 2 more breaths. And release your hands, bring them down onto your mat. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen out. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat. So from here, go ahead and step your left foot up a couple of inches. Keep your feet hip distance apart so you can widen your stance here if you need. We're coming into pyramid pose. So both legs will stay straight. All 10 toes are pointing to the top of your mat. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your chest, lengthen out. So flat back here. As you exhale, fold over your right leg for pyramid pose. One more breath. On your next inhale, lift halfway. Rise up high into the ball of your back foot. Push your palms down into your mat as you swing your right leg up and back for 3-leg dog. Then bend your knee here, open your hip up. You can draw some circles, or if it's calling for you, you can drop the ball of your right foot back behind you. Find your wild thing. And come back around to downward facing dog. As you inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Settle in here. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, rebend, cactus your arms. 3 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, bend in cactus and hold. Very nice, keeping your front leg bent. Just re-extend your arms up overhead. And exhale, air lunge. One more breath here. Come into our warrior 3. So when you're ready, transferring your weight into your left foot. Hands can come to heart center. Continue to reach out in front of you. And from here, bend your right knee. You can stay here, or you can reach around with your right hand and find your foot or your ankle. One more breath. Very nice. If you have that foot, slowly release it as you open up 5-pointed star. And drop your hands behind your low back. Interlace your fingers. Toes turn in, heels turn out. As you inhale, lift your chest, shoulders squeeze. And exhale, forward fold. A little bit of chest expansion here. You've been working working a lot of that, a lot of back bends. Let's take one more breath. Slowly release your hands down to your mat. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen out, and walk your hands to the top of your mat. Setting up for pyramid pose on this side. So you can widen your stance a little bit if that feels better in your body. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your crown towards the top of your mat. And exhale, fold down and in. Reconnect with your breath, with your intention here if you lost it. On your next inhale, lift halfway. Continue to root your hands down into your mat as you lift up onto the ball of your left foot or right foot. Left leg swings up and back, three-leg dog. And you can bend your knee, open your hip up, draw some circles, or if you did on the other side, find your wild thing. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Drop down onto your knees. You can find a child's pose. You can grab a sip of water or wipe some sweat away. Now we're going to one last little flow here that'll work us into our peak posture of class, which is Natarajasana, dancer pose. It's a very fun and challenging pose, to say the least. It's one of those poses that you might see pictures on Instagram of, and it attracts people to the yoga practice because it is such a beautiful posture. But it works a lot of the upper body. It works our balance, which is what we have been working on through class this evening. So when you're ready, we will meet back in downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, and your foot in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, bend in cactus. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bend in cactus. Keeping your front leg bent as you inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, arrow lunge. Inhale, lift up, warrior 3. A little bit different here. As you inhale, come all the way up to stand. Pull your left knee into your chest. So you can grab hold of your left knee here. You can bring your hands to your hips. Just find your balance. When you feel stable and rooted here in your Tadasana, we'll begin to work towards dancer. So bring your left hand to your left ankle. And then begin to pull your heel towards your glute. And I like to change my hand position up here. So grab the inside of your left ankle. So your wrist is facing out. Then from here, begin to kick your left foot back and up into your left hand. When you have this and you can't kick anymore, begin to hinge at your hips. Right arm reaches out in front of you. So trying to keep your hips parallel down to the mat. Let's take 2 more breaths. Last one. If you have your foot, release it, rise back to stand. Just bring your left foot down to meet your right. You can shake out your right leg, your right ankle, release that. And inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, just step back to downward facing dog. And we'll switch sides. As you inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot in between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Moving through that mini flow as you inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, bend in cactus. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your front knee bent. As you inhale, re-extend your arms. Exhale, air lunge. Inhale lifts you up, warrior 3. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise to stand, right knee pulls into your chest. And just find your balance here. When you're ready, grab hold of your right ankle, pull your heel into your glute. Then change the position of your hands. So grab the inside of your right ankle, wrist faces out. When you're ready, begin to kick your right foot up and back, finding that back bend through your upper body. Then from here, left arm reaches out in front of you as you hinge forward. Two more breaths. Last one. Inhale brings you up through stand. Right foot comes down to meet your left. Just shake it out. I like to swing my arms from side to side. As you inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you can move through a vinyasa or go straight to down dog. From down dog, drop down onto your knees. We'll find a child's pose, but it'll be a little bit different in our legs. So instead of opening our knees wide, keep your knees in towards one another. Just begin to walk your hands out in front of you. So you'll get more of a rounding through your upper back here. And go ahead and extend your hands towards your heels. Allow your shoulders to completely relax and melt down. And just breathe here. Reconnect with the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Just repeat it over to yourself. Beginning trying to draw that back to the forefront of your mind. And on your next inhale, slowly lift your chest up. Shift your hips to one side. Send both legs straight out in front of you. And you can just move the fleshy parts away. We'll find Vinyasa staff pose. So palms come straight down onto your mat. Keep your feet flexed. As you inhale, push your hands into your mat, lift your chest. As you exhale, begin to walk your hands over your legs for forward fold. And you can find a little bit of rounding here through your upper back. So instead of keeping a flat back here, begin to round over. One more breath. On your next inhale, lift halfway. Pull your hands back as you rise up. And then we'll come into double eagle for a hip opener. So bring your right foot underneath, or your left foot underneath your right knee as you cross your right shin on top of your left leg. So keep your feet flexed, so you're just stacking your shins here. Keep your feet flexed. You might already feel this in your right outer hip, and if you do, just stay here lifted. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can begin to walk your hands out in front of you. You can lower down into your forearms, or you can extend your arms straight out as you melt your chest down. But if you're folding over completely, continue to push your palms down and forward to shift your hips back more to get more of a stretch through your right outer hip. Two more breaths. Your next inhale, begin to rise back up, and we'll just switch our legs. So right foot comes underneath your left knee, left shin stacks on top of your right. Again, feet are flexed here. And you can stay lifted, or you can begin to walk your hands out in front of you as you fold down. Two more breaths. As you inhale, begin to rise back up. And then extend both legs out in front of you, but keep your knees bent. And then arms will reach out in front of you as well. So keeping our core engaged, we'll slowly begin to roll all the way down onto our backs. Very nice. When you arrive here, find Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together, allow your knees to open wide. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Just feel your heartbeat and feel your breath. Notice how your body feels right now in this moment after your practice. You can stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana, or if you want to extend your legs out for final Shavasana, do that.